Hey guys, welcome back to ArtosisCasts. Today we are continuing this 9-game series in the Korea-China Invitational League. We have up at 12 o'clock CKI. He has won one map so far. In the bottom right here, we have Bishop, who is up 2 maps right now with some really fantastic 5-factory pushing. Very well executed, very well done. And I was actually pretty surprised by both of the wins because they both felt to me like better positions for CKI. Now, I'm sure it's a combination of CKI making some mistakes and Bishop playing exceedingly well, but we'll see if that continues. You know, 9 games is kind of long enough to show the full range of what can happen between players. So I do hope that it remains close, and we'll see. We'll see about that because I think Apocalypse is a decent map for Protoss, but not unwinnable for Terran. So hopefully we have a nice, tightly contested game here. Guys, I do want to thank you very much for checking out ArtosisCasts. I hope that you guys are enjoying this series about Bishop. I do, you know, as I mentioned, always check the comments like daily. And when people, you know, I kind of just take note of what people are liking, what people are saying in those comments. So definitely make sure you leave a like, you leave a comment down there. Because when I see, for instance, a lot of people being like, give us more Bishop. You know, when I saw that this match got played, and it's like, all right, let's do it. And of course, CasterMuse, a huge bro for supplying, you know, this is a series that he casts regularly in Korean for the Korean fans. And when he passed me over the Bishop pack, I'm like, yes, this is a good one. So yeah, thank you very much, guys, for the support. And if you would like to support, there is a Patreon. It's patreon.com/Artosis, and the link is in the description if you want to. Thank you very much to everyone who has subscribed through there. Really do appreciate it, guys. All right. Now, we're on Apocalypse. Okay, 3-player map. You have a big high ground area that can be problematic, but turtling on 3 bases is pretty easy for Terran. Protoss generally ends up taking like a huge percentage of the map here. In the late game, right? And it all kind of comes to a head around that. So let's take a look at the actual builds here. All right, a very well optimized opener here. Even gets his Senga Depot before his factory, but still gets the factory sub 230. So very, very good from Bishop. He scouts first as well, and that is like scouting first. In every matchup, it's good, obviously. You know, it just... You get to see exactly what's happening. Like, he knows there's no Zealot. Like, he could literally go 2 Marines bunker. He can go 3 Marines. You know, he's watching to see if range is going to make. He'll check when the Nexus comes down. There's just so much information that Bishop's getting as to what is occurring and or what can occur, which is very, very important. Now, that was a canceled range. You can't 100% tell that. Okay? Like, with good mining and everything, like that, it might not have been canceled. And he saw range going. So the thing is, like, if you don't go range, you can get the Nexus like around maybe 305 at the very fastest. And then if you do go range, you do get it closer to 315-ish. And so it's like, I think that that's too tight to be able to tell the difference, right, as to exactly what he's against. So you got to kind of assume that it's going to be range, so you do have to play with that in your mind. Whereas if it's not range, it actually opens up like a lot of possibilities of what you can do. Like, for instance, you don't necessarily need a bunker if you made the Marines. Here, he actually went 1 Marine bunker, which is kind of funny. So he's like really skimping as hard as he can. Makes another one, though. The SCV going to try to get in, but it doesn't scout anything of use. Right now, Vulture's being made, as well as the Mines upgrade. And we don't know what the next step is for Bishop. There's so much. He can go Armory. He can go Academy. He can go Second Factory. He can go Starport, although Starport is a bit late now. If you go Starport at this point, you would have wanted to start that like 30 seconds ago, probably, if you could have. But, I mean, you could still go for it. So we don't know. We're going to see in a moment. It seems like he might have told something to build, and it did not build here. Happens to the best of us, Bishop. Sorry, man. So it looks like we're going to have like 2 or 3 Vultures out here with mines into a siege tank. Still a huge range of what he can do. Dude, I think that he told this to build an armory. He makes an academy at 458. Interesting. With a second gas? I'm very confused. So, like, quick armory with mines is actually my personal favorite build in this matchup. It gives you, like, unlimited scouting, basically. But the second gas is a little bit too fast. I still think he might have told the armory to make and it didn't make. Like, this is a good solid build. This is, like, similar to the old Goliath builds, but, like, a newer version. He's getting his eBay as well. Yeah, kind of. That SCU is sitting there for too long, so I think there was some sort of error there because it makes a lot more sense if you were going quicker armory to get the gas at that time. Anyways, he's getting his second factory. He's got mines all over the place. You know, he's going to be watching for attempts to expand. Observer 2-gate here. Very, very standard stuff. 2-gate observer into third base into Reaver is like the most common thing in the matchup right now. Excellent snipe, completely worth that vulture death. Second probe comes out, but now, it's like delays a bit, right? Delays this nexus by 10-15 seconds, and don't forget, like, that's the build time of a probe. So, like, even though you only killed one probe for your vulture, you kind of got two probes in a way. Not exactly, but kind of. Like, you can't... It's not healthy to think about the game in absolute value. Like, well, he's still going to mine all those minerals, so, like... Maybe you didn't get two probes because he will get it eventually. It's like, well, maps almost never mine out and it never comes down to like 50 minerals almost ever. So it's like not good to think of it in that way. It's a lot of times better to think of it in the tempo regard. Okay, so that third nexus is up. The Reaver tech is here. In fact, he's even going for the Reaver speed. This is the number one build in Protoss vs. Terran right now. Let's take a look at Bishop. Bishop's build, not as popular, but this is a very good build that he's doing. I love the comm sats. He's got good coverage with the mines right now to watch what's happening. Observer kind of flying around at the moment. Just seeing where the mines are so he can come out and clear them. Going to send some Dragoons down. Yeah, everything's buckled up pretty tight here for Bishop. He should be going into 5 factory. But whether he attacks or not is another question. So factory, and we'll see if he adds another. No one really goes 4-fact anymore. Sometimes Mihu does, but I haven't seen anyone go 4-fact in a while. Yeah, 5 just kind of fits better. 5 allows an attack better, whereas 4, if you absorb an attack, you can counterattack, but you can't really attack with 4-fact nowadays. It just doesn't give you quite enough units. Anyways, CKI going for that same type of style, going into 4 gates after his Reaver tech. We've seen that from him already here in this 9-game series. Dude, look at that observer, man. Right in between the 2 turrets. Gonna force a scan, but at least he sees 5 factory. He sees that Goliath range is already done and all that. Siege tanks moving out. Will we actually have that 5 factory push from Bishop again? Okay, Reaver is out. He's going to have 2 Reavers here with the speed, and he's adding a bunch of gateways. So it is going to be just that kind of gateway-centric play. Now, this is a very different map than Polypoid. If you guys saw the first game in the series, it was a 5 factory. Bishop was actually further behind doing it against CKI. But CKI, he like nailed his build this time, and also it's much more wide open, right? Like, Bishop was very careful leapfrogging forward. He did it off of 9 tanks on Polypoid. Here we have 8, 9, 10, and he's going up to 12. We'll see if he goes nothing but vultures behind to try to stop the incoming zealots that he has to know are going to be there. Or is he going to take that third base? We have no starport or anything like that. Okay, so Bishop is like very much in one direction right now. He's got a few mines on that high ground, very important. But yeah, anyways, what I was talking about, right? Polypoid, he went through that very thin area at the bottom where he had a lot of terrain. This is much more open, and you also have the terrain level switch going to the high ground here. And that's always a place that Protoss wants to take the engage. So Bishop actually slows it down, right? Siege is up, 3rd CC. I think it's excellent play from Bishop. Excellent play. Look at this. He's adding mines. He's adding turrets. Now, the next thing for him is basically getting more factories and getting his starport up. So there's the starport. And other than that, like he's doing everything just right. Right? Like he's getting the additional defense down. He knows that there's speed shuttles. He knows that that should be coming in. You're not just going to sit there on your speed shuttles. No one does. So he's laying those mines. He's making sure that he has ample defense. And in fact, here come the speed shuttles, right? He is going to dive in. Now, they still might deal some damage, right? Like these are hard to deal with. But that's pretty darn good defense. Once he gets over into the mineral line, that'll be pretty good. We should see some factory adds too, though. That's the one other thing I want to add. 2 to 3 factories should be added on. Anyways, flies in. Okay, he's dropping the Zealots first. So he suicides that first shuttle to get rid of turrets. Okay, he's going to bring in the Reavers, I think, and kill depots. I think that's the plan, but we'll see. Okay, the Zealots are here. Drops out the Reavers. Okay, runs up against the tank. Ooh, doesn't quite get it. Trying to go... Dude, if he had killed that tank, he would have gotten like 3 depots, I think. He needed another couple volleys. Like, I like the idea, though, right? Like, if he had gotten 3 depots there, this would have been a very worthwhile thing. As is, it wasn't great, but it's not like... That's not going to really cost you. You're not going to lose the game because you just did that, right? We have a lot more supply right now from CKI. Taking a look back at his base. 2 forges going. Love to see it. Psystorm on the way. He actually has a secondary robo as well, and he is taking that 4th Nexus and getting ready for a 5th Nexus, okay? All right. Dude, I'm sorry. I'm getting really excited right now. I love watching these inflection points. Looking at Bishop, he's only... Oh, there is another drop coming in. I'll talk about the inflection point in just a moment because we got to see what damage this does. Clears that pretty well. The Reaver drop continuing. Ah, he's going after the depots now. Look at that. Blows up 3 depots, and they're in the middle, so you can't even replace them. How annoying is that? Well, I'll answer it for you. Really annoying. Every Terran's played against that fair amount of times at this point. Okay, doesn't quite get the shuttle, so the shuttle's going to get out. Again, very annoying. Okay, so this is the inflection point, is when you make the 5th Nexus, okay? Because Protoss is basically making a statement against 3 base Terran. Okay, it's like, I'm taking a 5th base. You can't sit 3 base turtling against 5 base. 3 base turtling against 4 is okay, right? Because that's kind of the point where it's like, okay, is Protoss going to attack or are they going to expand, right? And so you can kind of wait and see and sit defensively and just continue to build units. Now, looking at this, the 5th Nexus has gone down. There's some Vulture rotations. He's going to go scout for that. He's going to try to figure out what's going on. Have a couple cannons going down. This is a pretty good setup overall. Hopefully, for CKI's sake, he doesn't lose his probe so he can make gates. Okay, he sees that that's being taken. Ooh, we had a Psystorm drop, it looks like, that I missed over here. Hopefully this finishes now. Okay, actually, I saw it right before it finished. It said 5 kills, so you got a few SCVs there, but not a lot. Okay, I think as it died, it flicked the kill tab. That's weird. I think that happened. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. Anyways, okay, so what I was talking about, inflection points, right? Because now you have to make this choice. And look, CKI is just trying to buy time. He's just like throwing down storm drops and stuff and trying to keep Bishop busy. He's got 50 supply more. He's in a very decent position here. He's got a lot of units, a lot of gateways. We should see a lot of gate adds down here. But yeah, so now Bishop has to decide. Do we push up and take a 4th base, which would either be here or it would be here, okay? Or do we do a 3-base attack? Now, a 4th base versus a 3-base attack, how do you even decide that? Well, for each Terran, it's kind of their own thing. In my opinion, in this position, you have to take a 4th base. CKI hasn't made any big mistakes. His drops have been good enough. He's got a lot of speed shuttles. He's got Psystorm. If you try a very quick attack, I think he is going to be able to whittle you down. And if you attack and it does not kill at least 1 to 2 bases, you lose. Like, you can't attack on 3 base into 5 base, kill nothing, kill no bases, and then win the game. It's impossible. Oh, those were good catches. Those were really good catches. So it's like, do you expand? Do you attack? And he's literally got it. Okay, there it is. Finally, we see that decision. And this is still okay, this timing, right? I'm trying to convey that it's a decision that needs to be made quickly. This base is quick enough for a 4th base to play this game onwards, okay? And, you know, he's being careful about his supply as well. He's spread really, really well. He's actually probably hoping that CKI attacks. Now, notice how CKI is taking a lot of bases. He's not only taking his 5th, here's Nexus 6, and this will be Nexus 7, and that'll probably be it, but you never know. He might throw down another one. This is like a really, really common situation on Apocalypse, where the Protoss makes the hard decisions go towards Terran, right? Protoss has made their decision. They're doing what they're doing, making the gateways, continuing up with tech and everything. Look, Stargate, he'll probably just go. I think this is going to be Arbiter tech. I don't think he's going carrier. I think you want to stay. Not that it's bad to go carrier here. I could see situations in which it could be good, but like you probably want to bank a little bit more to go carrier, because like carrier is actually a transition that Terran can sometimes hurt. But yeah, he's making it difficult for Bishop. Bishop has to make these choices on how he wants to approach getting this game to even or winning. Okay, Siege is up. The Reavers trying to get a shot. They don't quite get it. That would have been brutal. There was a lot of tanks right there. These depots that were so helpful before, kind of in the way right now. He's got to kill off all these mines as well. You can see he's kind of having a hard time. If you try to go over this and Zealots drop out and Psystorms go down and all that good stuff, you're going to end up losing a lot of your army. Now, Bishop has a very playable position here still. He's got a really ridiculously strong army. He's very high in supply, but he doesn't have the income that can replace it. So you can't be losing this inefficiently. Okay, CKI is overextending here a little bit with his Psystorms. He spends a lot to kill one tank. Not fantastic there. I think it's better to just pull back in those types of situations. 4th CC is done. Big bank for our Protoss player. All right, coming in. Is he going to attack? I think he's decided that this is a good opportunity to try to get some damage done. Comes in, starts bombing out Zealots, has some High Templars in here. One Psystorm gets down right there, and in fact, does not get a second one. Unfortunately, could have killed some tanks, some very damaged tanks in here. But overall, an excellent hold here for Bishop, who's getting EMP. He's getting his 3/3 upgrades. He's continuing to push forward. He needs to take this 4th base. He needs to land it immediately. Arbiter tech is coming. So that is going to add another level of difficulty in, but it is a ways off. It's going to be at least a couple minutes before any possible recalls, like multiple minutes. So yeah, that is a little bit slow considering when he made the Stargate. I think he was focusing on other things, but 7 Nexuses are up. One of them not mining at the moment. Units still flooding out. He only has 4 gates over here, so something to keep in mind. That was a sick EMP. Gets 2 High Templars plus a few units in there. Fantastic usage of EMP. And Bishop taking his 4th base. He may decide to just attack at this moment. Like, it feels like he's been very efficient. Don't forget, he killed the 2 shuttles that were over here. You got a lot of High Templars during this engagement. He just EMP'd 2 more. He's starting to gain a bit of map control. He's getting out here into the center. If he's very careful, I think that there's a powerful attack that he could pull off. Now, does he want to go towards the gateways or does he want to go towards the expansions? Both could be good moves. He starts to come up to the high ground. The unit's just spilling out of the main base of CKI. Throws an EMP down there as opposed to a defense matrix. We'll see if that pays off. Zealots evaporating. They do get on top of some of these siege tanks. A bunch of tanks blow up there suddenly. One thing that Bishop has to watch out for is he has a very low vulture count here. So Zealots, which is what you want to macro generally as Protoss, are going to be coming out and trying to get on top of those siege tanks. We'll see what he's refilling with. Looking at the production, it's actually mostly Goliath tank he's making, which is higher quality. He has the money for it. Okay, we'll see if that works out against this heavy Zealot composition that's being pumped out right now. He's got a pretty powerful spot. He's hitting a lot of units as they come out. Do we have some Psystorms? I don't see any. It's just Zealot Dragoon. And when it's just Zealot Dragoon, you're going to trade so much better. Zealots get on top of some of those siege tanks. He will lose a few of them, but still pretty efficient here for Bishop. He's got those 3/3 upgrades, by the way. 2/2 here for CKI. He's actually pushing back this army. A nice little... not a flank, but he cuts off reinforcements there with the Dragoons and Zealots. I actually hadn't noticed him do that. Maybe that was units from over here, but a really, really good move to slow Bishop down a little bit. Bishop now pushing into this Nexus. A little bit of damage might be dealt here. You know, the tank is here. It's going to start killing some of the goons. Okay, brings over a little bit more. Dude, if he stops mining here, this is pretty significant. Even though he's losing bases here, if you stop the mining on the 4th, like, this is something where you have to send your army up. You have to deal with this. He will clear it. He will be able to get SCVs back there, but let's look at the mineral patches. Very low. Nothing, right? He needs this base mining. You need 2 mining bases as Terran to have any chance. 1 mining base is not going to do it, whereas CKI right now, well, he still isn't. Okay, he just got 6 probes here. Looks like he just transferred. Good, good, good. Dying. Almost gone. Almost gone. Right? So it's going to be basically 4 bases mining here in a moment against 2, realistically. Right? This is just about to leave. Just about to leave. Just a handful of vultures left of that base to be made. Kind of a tight game right now. I mean, you can look at this push and think, okay, this is Bishop's starting to win this game. Maybe, maybe. It comes down somewhat to the efficiency of trades as well, let's not forget. Also, take a look at the gases, right? So this gas is gone. This one's depleted. Okay, we're mining no gas here. No gas, no gas, no gas. So it's going to be literally only Zealots coming out from here. And if it's only Zealots and you realize that, that becomes a problem for Protoss. He still has a few High Templars. He still has a few Dragoons on the map. But his mining of, like, gas is so low right now, and he does need to fix that. So another attack here from Bishop, as he does have the containment. Looks like CKI going to try to break out as he sees those reinforcements. Didn't come up to his natural, and in fact, he is going to break out really, really well. All these tanks that we had up here before are going to be eliminated. The science vessel goes down also, but this attack is coming in. Can he kill another base? Or will we have a flank come in? Don't forget, right? Like, we have a bunch of units being made in here. It's mostly Dragoons, unfortunately, but there are a lot of units. Oh, CKI going to go for a counterattack into the 4th base. So he's saying, okay, you can kill some of my bases here. He'll slow them down as much as he can, but he's going to try to kill the 4th of Bishop. But Bishop ends up holding on right there. Maybe the wrong choice. Maybe the right choice was to go up here and to flank these siege tanks to save this base, Because now this base is dead. You're not going to save this. It's not going to happen. Targets down the pylon. A CKI pylon, perhaps. Oh, you know what? Maybe he will save it. I didn't realize he had a recall. I did see the Arbiters, though. But he has a recall. Okay, he's going to save this Nexus. That's actually pretty critical, right? So this is going to keep him on 3 mining bases. He's on 3 mining bases against 2. Still bad gas income. Makes a geyser. Still not mining gas. It's a real problem, man. It's just, he's like, okay, well, he is supply blocked right now. And he's remaking the Nexus. He's making some pylons, so we'll see more units coming out. But he might be jumping around trying to make Dragoons and stuff, and it's just not working out for him. That 5th command center, a little bit greedy. Trying to be made on location instead of floated over. It does get canceled, so good move there, checking on that. He's completely aware of the income of Bishop, right? Bishop, this is a close game, guys. This can go either way right now. Like, Bishop's army has been pretty darn efficient. Oh, that's a sick mine. Oh, my God. Bishop's army has been really, really efficient throughout this. But his mining is low. See, 10 Zealot, 4 Dragoon. Okay. Still not mining. It's killing me. Okay, he's mining here. Thank God. Thank God. You don't need that many gases to make, you know, the gas units that you want in PvT. It's very mineral heavy, this matchup. But yeah, definitely important that he has some. He can't be just Zealots. Okay, here we go. An attack in. Picks off the Arbiter immediately. Zealot's actually getting in on top of some of the siege tanks, on top of the Goliaths pretty quickly. He's got to pull back with his Dragoons. Okay, as the Zealots die, he pulls back perfectly. That was as good an engagement as realistically CKI could take. Bishop, though, evaporated most of that army. He's going to move down, try to attack these bases once again. Dude, what a game we're having right now. Almost 25 minutes in. Bishop going to try to kill these Nexuses. This one has no probes. This one, very important. 10 probes mining down here. Looks like he will be able to clear that very quickly. In the meantime, oh my God, a recall into the main base. He stops that 5th command center once again, gets a cancel on it for the 2nd time. And yeah, it's like there's some mines here. Bishop will be able to clear this, but this is a little bit scary, right? Like you're losing some depots and everything. Bishop continuing forward with his counterattack. Zealot coming up here. Okay, so we're getting him down to 2 bases. 1 base, 2 base mining. It has a vessel in here, so you can't do any tricks with like DTs or anything. But a reasonably sized army getting ready for a flank, still losing depots over here, so he can't produce any more units. Like, Bishop's stuck on the supply that he has at the moment. Now, coming up here, going for a full-on attack into this bottom left main. Let's see what CKI is able to do. The army is really small. He dodges. Okay, that's a very important dodge there on the EMP. I think you have to give this base up. And that's, obviously, that's terrible. Maybe if you dive and all in here, that's a good move. The thing is, eventually you have to deal with this army. You do. You do have to kill that army somehow. Because this army will continue to walk around the map. But you know what? Maybe he needs to pull a mini. Maybe he needs to kill comsat stations. Well, there's quite a few of them right now. Not sure that that's going to work out. Stasis only just now being upgraded. And it looks like we are going to have a recall here. This is a really important moment. Gets a recall. Okay, this should be able to clear the tanks and the Goliaths. So this is a little bit dangerous. And don't forget, Bishop has been mostly unable to make units because he's been supply blocked. And yeah, so that clears most of that. But I think the army size at this point is getting really small here for CKI. He has remade this Nexus, so he's trying to get back up to 2-base economy. This one getting very low, though. And I think Bishop just has a big enough army here to win this game. Right? Don't forget, he's up 28 probes, so you would take 28 supply around away to get actually what their supplies look like. He's still got a lot larger army, like 20 more army supply or so. And of course, 3/3 mech units are not too shabby in the late game. Now, he kills this. Okay, he floats that. Dude, there's actually suddenly one comsat left. There's one comsat left. I think Mini would Mini would be looking at this game and how to kill that vessel right now. I don't know if anyone else is going to follow suit with him. But yeah, it looks like this army, I think it's just a bit too big. A very zealot heavy army coming down. This mining base taken out. This is it for mining right now for CKI. A wild game. And as far as mining for Bishop, he's literally not mining. He's not mining. No one is mining minerals in this game. Well, actually, I say that, but he is mining minerals. But still, Bishop with nothing else left over. Oh my God. It's just crazy. He's literally got 0 minerals right now. Now, this is the last base. He's got 12 probes. They're almost all over there. I think there might be one probe here, one probe here. So, like, if you lose up here, you know... Oh, God. This is so incredibly close. I think Bishop's going to win, though. I think he's just too efficient. I don't see this army ever beating this army. Like, if you were going to beat this army... it would be like getting rid of this and using cloaked units, or maybe this sieges on top of mines, that type of thing. But I can't see it just happening with this army attacking into that army. It's not realistic. CKI is trying to look for some way to still win because he knows that, you know, there's nothing going on for Bishop either as far as economy. But yeah, the cost efficiency here should be enough. Great EMP comes down. Some good storms, but this is going to be it. Dude, what a game. What a game. GG. Bishop wins. He'll take the series to 3-1 in his favor, although I feel like it doesn't tell the story of this game, man. Wow. What a good one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching.